Welcome back to my channel. The air inside that courtroom felt like it was holding its breath, thick, tense, almost suffocating. Every camera flash was a crack of lightning. Every whisper felt like thunder waiting to break. And there he sat, Kody Brown, motionless, jaw locked, eyes burning holes into the woman standing before him. Christine, no tears. No trembling. Just one sealed envelope clutched in her hand, the kind of envelope that could destroy an empire built on lies. When she placed it on the table, the echo was sharper than any gavel strike. Everyone knew. Whatever lived inside that envelope was about to shatter the SisterWives world forever. Robyn's lip trembled. Mary twisted the old silver ring Kody once gave her, a ring that meant nothing now. And Janelle exhaled, slow and heavy, like she'd been holding her breath for decades. The judge adjusted his glasses, looking from Christine to Kody. "Mrs. Brown," he said, voice careful, measured. "Are you certain you want this entered into evidence?" Christine didn't blink. "I've never been more certain of anything in my life." Kody squirmed. The man who once commanded 4 women, 4 families, now looked small. "Christine," he muttered, "you have no idea what you're doing." But her voice cut through the silence like glass. "No, Kody, you don't know what you've done." The pause that followed was electric, the moment before lightning hits. And when the envelope was finally opened, the gasp that filled the room wasn't just shock. It was betrayal, heartbreak, the sound of a family breaking apart in real time. You're going to hear the truth that split the SisterWives wide open, and why this courtroom will never be the same again. So before we go further, comment below, who do you think betrayed Kody first? Christine, Janelle, Robyn, or Mary? The room was heavy with the scent of old wood and cold sweat. Kody sat at the defense table, his navy blue suit pulling tight, his slicked curls twitching with nervous fingers. Across from him, Christine stood tall, no fear, no hesitation, holding that envelope like a dagger she'd trained years to throw. Janelle sat alone, quiet but steady. Once, she'd have sat beside Robyn at church. Now, there was an invisible line cutting through the courtroom, dividing sisterhood, faith, and blood. Then, late, like a ghost of the past, Mary walked in. She slipped into the back row, hoping to go unseen. But Kody saw her. For a moment, something flickered in his eyes. Regret, maybe, before vanishing again. When the bailiff announced the judge's entrance, the entire room rose. Christine didn't look at Kody, not once. "This is not a criminal trial," the judge warned. "But passions run high, I expect decorum." Christine's lawyer stood. "Your Honor, my client wishes to submit new evidence. Something crucial to the heart of this case." The judge nodded. "Proceed." Christine stepped forward, every movement deliberate. She placed the envelope on the evidence table like laying a gravestone. "It's the truth," she said quietly. "And it's been hidden too long." Kody leaned toward his lawyer, whispering frantically. "This wasn't in discovery. What is she doing?" The bailiff opened the envelope. Inside were 2 items, a letter, and a certified DNA report. Kody's face went pale. Robyn leaned forward, whispering under her breath. What is that?" The judge read in silence, his lips pressing tighter with every line. Then finally, "I'll accept this report into the record," he said slowly. "But I won't accept speculation. Facts only." He looked up at Kody. "Mr. Brown, you might want to prepare yourself for the consequences." Kody didn't speak. Couldn't. The man was frozen, drained of the arrogance that once defined him. Christine returned to her seat. Her hands were empty now. The envelope that carried her pain had done its job. Her lawyer rose again. "For the record, Your Honor, this evidence indicates willful withholding of paternity information, directly affecting custody, finances, and the safety of the children." Kody's lawyer shot up, face burning red. "Objection. This is a smear campaign, not a hearing." But even he didn't believe his own words. Christine stood one last time, her voice low but fierce. "You're right. This isn't TV, this is my life. Our life. And I'm done pretending it was ever what he claimed it to be." And then, like a storm breaking over dry land, Robyn shot up from her seat. The moment Christine placed that envelope down, the courtroom changed forever. And now, as the judge tries to bring back order, the truth everyone's been running from is about to come crashing in. "Christine, no, please." Robyn's voice breaks like thin glass. Her eyes are wide, her hands trembling. "You don't know everything. You don't know what Kody was protecting us from. Christine turns, slow and steady, the way a storm turns before it hits. Protecting us? Or protecting himself? Her words slice the air clean open. It's always the hands that claim to guard you that end up betraying you. The judge raises a hand sharply. Enough. Court will recess for 20 minutes while I review the new evidence. No one speaks. Everyone just moves. Slowly. Numbly. Kody slumps in his chair, shoulders folding inward like a man aging and fast forward. Robyn lowers herself, shaking so hard her bracelets clink against each other. Mary sits in the back row, staring into her lap, searching for answers that will never come. Only Christine remains calm, not because she feels peace, but because she's already survived the storm that brought her here. This isn't the storm. This is the cleanup. Janelle rises quietly and slips out into the hallway. The camera crew follows her, the lens catching every silent tremor of relief and exhaustion. She exhales. Not a sigh, a release. The kind that only comes when you've carried someone else's lies for too long. A reporter rushes toward her. She raises her hand, no comment. Then she mutters just one sentence. She hasn't even told them the worst part yet. And just like that, social media explodes. Der Christine vs. Kody, der DNA revelation, our SisterWives trial. Everyone wants to know what's coming next. The hallway outside hums like a beehive. Cameras flash, reporters whisper, and the public watches from behind glass, hungry for a headline. Through it all, Janelle stands near the window, face pale in the morning light, strong and but shaken. Inside, Christine sits alone at the table, hands folded, eyes fixed on the courtroom doors. She doesn't check her phone. She doesn't even blink. She just waits. The kind of stillness that only comes from years of betrayal. Then the doors open. Robyn enters first. No tears, not yet. She moves toward Kody, whispering something in his ear. He doesn't react. Doesn't even twitch. Just stares at his hands, knuckles white, heart caving in. Mary follows, clutching her handbag like a shield. When her eyes meet Christine's, something flickers. Guilt, maybe sorrow. Maybe both. Then the judge returns, folder in hand, face unreadable. Court is in session. His voice is calm, almost cold. Having reviewed the material, I find the evidence admissible. We will now hear testimony. Kody's attorney stands desperate. Your Honor, before we proceed, I want to clarify that my client had no prior knowledge of... The judge cuts him off. You can make that clear during questioning. Mrs. Brown, continue. Christine rises slowly. Every eye in the courtroom turns to her. Her voice is steady, a heartbreak wrapped in steel. Kody always told me honesty was sacred, she begins. That truth was the foundation of our family. But truth only mattered when it protected him. Kody stiffens. Robyn grips his wrist under the table, her fingers trembling. Christine's tone sharpens. He lied to us about where he was, who he was with, and why he stopped showing up for the kids. But this, she points toward the DNA report, this isn't about broken promises. This is about proof. The words hit like a hammer. The room tightens. The silence turns violent. Christine inhales and delivers the sentence that changes everything. The test shows that one of the children we raised together isn't biologically his. The reaction is instantaneous. Gasps, murmurs, cameras flashing. Robyn's lips part but no sound comes. Janelle's eyes go wide. Mary covers her mouth. Kody's chair screeches as he jumps to his feet. That's not true, he shouts. You're twisting everything and you don't know what you're saying. Christine doesn't even flinch. The paperwork disagrees. The judge raises a hand. Mr. Brown, you'll have your turn. Robyn stands abruptly, voice shaking. Your Honor, please, this has gone too far. The judge looks at her, unreadable. You'll be heard, Mrs. Brown, take your seat. And as she lowers herself back down, her trembling hands cover her face, because deep down, Robyn knows. The truth isn't done yet. The truth isn't done yet. The courtroom is silent, but it's the kind of silence that screams. You can feel it in the air. The truth has cracked open, and now, nothing will ever be the same again. Christine draws in a shaky breath. Her voice trembles, not from fear, but from fury held too long. I didn't believe it either when I first found out, she says. I wanted to think it was a mistake. But the lab tested twice to confirm. Then she turns, eyes locked on Kody. And you knew, didn't you? The entire courtroom freezes. Kody doesn't answer, but he doesn't have to. The silence tells the story for him. And then from behind him, Robyn's voice breaks through. He did it for us, she whispers. He did it to protect everyone. Christine snaps. The calm she fought to hold finally cracks. Protect? She spits. Protect who, Robyn, yourself? Or the lie you've all been living? The courtroom isn't a courtroom anymore. It's a confessional. Every sin, every secret, every hidden truth begins clawing its way to the surface. From the back, Mary's voice trembles. Christine, please. Not like this. Not in front of everyone. Christine turns toward her, eyes glassy but cold as steel. You had years to say something, Mary. You watched him betray us again, and you did nothing. Mary's lip quivers. Because I thought silence was loyalty, she whispers. I thought silence was permission. The judge doesn't move. Even he knows this isn't just testimony. This is truth bleeding out in real time. Kody finally stands, face flushed, his composure shattered. You think you're righteous, Christine? You think this courtroom makes you clean? You destroyed this family long before today. Christine steps forward, voice shaking but deadly clear. No, Kody. You destroyed it the moment you chose one wife's tears over 3 others' pain. Robyn's eyes overflow. Stop it! You don't know! Christine points at her. Oh, I know exactly, Robyn. You were never part of this family. You were his escape route. Robyn collapses into her hands, sobbing. The judge's gavel slams. Boom! Enough! The next person who interrupts will be held in contempt. But the truth can't be silenced now. It's out, and it's louder than fear. The judge turns to Kody. Mr. Brown, you'll have your chance to respond. But first, tell this court. When did you discover this information? Kody's jaw tightens. His lawyer leans in, whispering, but Kody waves him away. Last year, he admits. But it wasn't what she thinks. Christine scoffs. Of course it wasn't. Nothing ever is with you. Kody's voice cracks, desperate now. You think this was easy? You think I wanted to keep it a secret? When I found out, I knew if it got out, it would destroy everything. The family, the show, the business. I was trying to save everyone. The audience erupts. Reporters scribble furiously. The judge leans forward. So you admit to withholding information that affects custody and family welfare? Kody looks down, voice small. I didn't know what else to do. Christine's voice finally breaks, years of calm crumbling into heartbreak. You should have told the truth, Kody. You should have respected the women who gave you everything. She steps back, shaking. The strength she carried into the room now replaced by exhaustion. The bailiff pours the judge's water, but even the air doesn't move. The tension is suffocating. Mary murmurs under her breath. We were supposed to be forever. Janelle turns to her, voice steady but sad. Forever ended the day he started choosing sides. Love doesn't always die in a storm. Sometimes it just erodes one lie at a time until there's nothing left to save. The judge clears his throat, eyes on Christine. Mrs. Brown, you claim this concealment directly affected finances and emotional well-being. Do you have proof that this was intentional? Christine nods, unfastening another folder. Yes, Your Honor. Emails, messages, requests he made to the lab, asking them to alter the results. The gasp that follows is thunderous. Robyn's sobs turn into wails, muffled behind her hands. Kody turns pale, like the floor just vanished beneath him. The judge's tone hardens. Mr. Brown, is this true? Kody says nothing. 30 seconds of silence. Long, painful, suffocating. And then, Robyn stands, trembling from head to toe. Stop blaming him, she cries. It wasn't his idea. Christine narrows her eyes. Then whose was it, Robyn? Robyn's gaze darts, from Kody to the judge, to the ceiling above, as if searching for forgiveness somewhere higher. And then she says it. It was mine. The courtroom erupts. Gasps, shouting, reporters lunging forward. For a moment, time stands still. The villain everyone blamed wasn't the first to confess. Robyn's voice breaks again, softer this time, trembling. It was mine. Kody's head snaps toward her, eyes wide, lips parted in disbelief. The man who once thought he controlled every piece of this family just lost everything. The gavel slams again, but the sound doesn't end it. Because this isn't just a trial anymore. This is the reckoning. It's a trial anymore. This is the reckoning. The courtroom was supposed to be a place for truth. But what unfolded next was nothing short of chaos. Christine's eyes ignite like wildfire. Janelle straightens, the air in her chest gone thin. And Mary, she looks as though someone just ripped the ground out from under her. The judge leans back in disbelief, his tone trembling. Mrs. Brown, are you admitting that you forged a paternity report? Robyn's lips shake. Her voice fractures. Yes, I begged the lab not to release the real results. I thought it would destroy everything. Our family, the show. Kody didn't know. I just wanted to protect what we had. The gasp that follows isn't just shock. It's betrayal echoing off the walls. The courtroom no longer feels like a hall of justice. It's a swamp of secrets, sucking everyone down with it. Christine steps forward, fury replacing the tears. Protect? You call lying about my child's paternity protection? You altered a legal document, Robyn. You don't get to call that love. Robyn stumbles backward, clutching her coat. I wasn't trying to hurt you. I was trying to keep you from leaving. You were the glue, Christine. Janelle fires back, her voice sharp as glass. The glue? You buried her in concrete. The judge's gavel slams down. Order. But the truth is louder than his voice. It burns through the air like fire ripping through dry wood. Kody finally rises, fists trembling, voice raw. I didn't know she did it. I swear to God, I didn't know. But no one believes him. Not really. Christine's finger points like judgment itself. You didn't ask Kody. You didn't want to know. You clung to the version of truth that let you sleep at night. And that's worse. The judge exhales, removing his glasses. Mrs. Brown, he says to Robyn, you understand the gravity of this? This isn't family court anymore. This is fraud, obstruction, conspiracy. Robyn wipes her tears, voice shaking. I know, and I'll face whatever comes, but I couldn't lie anymore. Kody rounds on her, his rage cracking. You were supposed to have my back. Robyn snaps, years of silence breaking in one breath. I did. For 10 years, I carried your secrets. I held the cameras while you played the hero. Janelle's voice cuts through. You think you were the only one who sacrificed? We built your kingdom, Kody, while you built your throne out of our pain. Christine whispers, trembling but defiant. All we ever wanted was honesty. And that's the one thing you could never give. Mary finally speaks, voice low but steady. I knew something was wrong. I just didn't want to be left alone with him. The silence that follows is unbearable, heavy, suffocating. The judge clears his throat. We've heard enough for today. Court will resume tomorrow morning. But let me be clear. This court will not tolerate tampering with legal evidence. Both Mr. and Mrs. Brown will return for questioning. The gavel falls like thunder. But no one moves. Because some truths don't fade with time. They haunt. Christine gathers her papers, mechanical, like she's holding herself together one motion at a time. Robyn tries to speak, but Christine raises a hand. No, not today. Not ever again. Outside, the world has already found out. Reporters swarm, cameras flash, voices shout. Christine, are you seeking full custody? Will Robyn be charged? Has Kody lost it all? But Christine doesn't answer. She gets in her car, shuts the door, and finally lets herself cry. Not because she lost, but because she survived. Inside the courthouse, Kody slumps against the wall. Robyn reaches for him, but he shoves her away. I told you not to get involved. And I told you, she snaps. You always need someone to clean up your mess. He looks at her, eyes red and hollow. You were the only one I trusted. Her reply lands like a dagger. Then why am I the only one drowning? Meanwhile, Janelle and Mary sit quietly in the parking lot, two women united by loss. I knew this was coming, Janelle murmurs. I didn't, Mary says softly. I thought we were forever. Janelle sighs. Forever was a fantasy, Mary. We were just extras in Kody's story. Then, a phone buzzes. Christine's lawyer. The lab tech just submitted a sworn affidavit confirming Robyn's tampering, he says. The technician kept the original time-stamped record, proof of intent. The lawyer's voice drops to a whisper. Christine, this just went from custody case to felony fraud. The next morning, the courthouse overflows. Cameras, signs, chaos. Supporters and critics fill the sidewalks. Inside, the judge reads the affidavit aloud. This court acknowledges intentional material fraud, with direct consequences for multiple parties. And as the words echo through the courtroom, Christine doesn't flinch. Because this isn't a hearing anymore, it's a reckoning. And for the first time in years, the truth finally has a voice. The courtroom is silent, not peaceful, but waiting. The judge exhales, each word deliberate. This court will now hear final statements before I rule on custody, financial responsibility, and ongoing investigation. Christine's lawyer rises, steady but furious beneath his composure. Your Honor, this fraud didn't just alter paperwork. It scarred lives. It traumatized children. Mrs. Christine Brown was robbed of truth, and Mr. Brown allowed deception to thrive to protect his image, while Mrs. Robyn Brown interfered in a federal matter. Christine returns to the stand. Her voice has lost its fury. It's heavy now, tired. This wasn't betrayal, she says quietly. It was manipulation. I grew up where truth was dangled like a prize. Always promised, never given. That envelope didn't destroy our family. It revealed what was already broken. The truth doesn't kill people. It just strips away the illusion they were hiding behind. The room stills. Then Kody rises. No arrogance. No swagger. Just a man cornered by his own ghosts. I never asked Robyn to do it, he begins softly. But I didn't stop her either. I told myself it was for peace. For the cameras. For the family. But the truth is, I was scared. Scared that if Christine left, the others would too. I buried one truth hoping it would protect the rest. Christine's voice cuts through. Not cold, just final. You didn't bury truth, Kody. You buried trust. The judge nods, taking notes. Thank you, Mr. Brown, Mrs. Brown. Your final statement. Robyn stands trembling. Her mascara is gone. Her voice fractures. I know what I did was unforgivable. I know sorry doesn't fix it. But I did it because I loved you. Maybe it was selfish, maybe it was control, but it came from love. I just wanted us to be whole again. The silence is almost holy. Then the courtroom doors burst open. A young woman enters. Early 20s, red hair, eyes full of courage and pain. The bailiff intercepts her. Ma'am, you can't. She hands him a small white card. He reads it, his face drains, and rushes it to the judge. Who is this? The judge demands. The woman steps forward. My name is Clara Brown. A ripple moves through the crowd. Kody's face goes white. Christine freezes. Robyn clutches the table. I was told to stay quiet, Clara continues. But I can't anymore. I'm Kody Brown's daughter. I grew up believing another man was my father. I didn't know the truth until last year. Christine never even knew I existed. The courtroom erupts, gasps, murmurs, chaos. Kody's knees buckle. Clara, please. You called me a mistake, she says, trembling. You paid my mom to keep me quiet. But I found the DNA report too. I know who you are. Janelle whispers under her breath. Oh my God. The judge slams his gavel. Order, order. Clara steps up to the stand. I was told to watch this trial from a distance, she says, her voice breaking. But when I saw Kody act like his lies only hurt these women, I had to come forward. He didn't just deceive his wives. He deceived all of us, his children. Christine shakes. You're my daughter's half-sister? Clara nods, sobbing. Yes, I've wanted to meet her my whole life. The judge rubs his forehead. This new revelation will be entered into record, but be advised. This may constitute grounds for a new case altogether. Kody buries his face in his hands. Robyn whispers, I didn't know, over and over like a mantra of denial. Clara descends from the stand, her voice steady now. To anyone listening, don't wait 20 years to tell the truth. It won't save you, but it might save someone else. Her words linger like smoke. Because this was never about one lie. It was about a man who built an empire out of secrets, and the women brave enough to tear it down. The judge returns the next morning. Cameras flash outside. The world watches. We are here to deliver final judgment in the matter of custody, financial restitution, and fraud. His voice shakes slightly as he reads, This court finds that Mr. Kody Brown was aware of the altered paternity report and failed to disclose it in prior proceedings. Mrs. Robyn Brown directly interfered with lab documentation and may face civil or criminal penalties. Mrs. Christine, Mrs. Janelle, and Mrs. Mary Brown, your testimonies are deemed credible. Everyone holds their breath. Custody of Truly Brown is hereby granted solely to Mrs. Christine Brown. Christine exhales, the kind of breath you don't realize you've been holding your whole life. Mr. Brown, the judge continues, will reimburse backdated child support and education costs. Restitution hearings will follow, and a fraud investigation will commence in 30 days. Neither Mr. nor Mrs. Brown may leave the state. Robyn cries softly. No one comforts her. And then, just as the gavel lifts, a voice cuts through. Your Honor. I'd like to say something. It's Mary. The judge hesitates. You don't have to, Mrs. Brown. I know, she says quietly. But I must. She steps forward, the weight of years pressing on her shoulders. I watched this family fall apart in silence. I watched Kody avoid me, Robyn manipulate, Christine ache, Janelle fade. And through it all, I stayed quiet. Because I thought silence was loyalty. Kody looks up, stricken. Mary turns toward the judge. There's something I never said. The DNA results Christine brought forward, they weren't the first ones. I found out a year ago. I gave the test to Robyn. She begged me to bury it. And I did. Gasps explode through the courtroom. You what? Kody roars. Mary doesn't flinch. I told myself silence was love. But it was cowardice. Sometimes silence is the soil where lies take root. Christine's voice trembles. Why, Mary? Why didn't you tell me? Mary's reply is a whisper. Because I didn't want to lose you too. The judge nods solemnly. This record will stand as final. This court is adjourned. The gavel falls, and this time it feels final. Janelle wraps Christine in her arms. Robyn sits alone. Mary returns to her seat, broken but free. Outside, the world is waiting. Cameras, microphones, chaos. But none of that matters anymore. Because what matters is this. After decades of lies, the truth was finally spoken. Christine walks into the sunlight, hand in hand with her daughter. No smiles, no cameras. Just peace. Mary walks behind her, no longer invisible. Just a woman who found her voice, and Kody walks out last, facing the crowd. A man stripped of his myth, left only with his truth. This wasn't just a courtroom trial. It was the unearthing of a dynasty, one heartbreak at a time. Christine didn't win. She reclaimed herself. Tell me in the comments, did Mary's final confession redeem her, or was it too late? And stay tuned, because next time, Janelle faces the stand, and the business fraud investigation changes everything.